got a lot of the colored ones in here. And then the kids like the colored ones, so they said, well, we put a lot of the colored ones in there. We put a lot of colored ones in there. The kids like, oh, I like that one.
The side that's opposite the 30 degrees is A. The side that's opposite the 60 degrees is A times the square root of 3. And the hypotenuse is 2A. So 2 times A. So in this 30, 60, 90 degree triangle here, I know the hypotenuse. And I know that the side that's opposite the 30 degrees is A. So if the hypotenuse is 2A, I have to divide the hypotenuse by 2. Because again, this is 2A and this is A. So in order to go from the hypotenuse to the side opposite 30, I have to divide it by 2. So I know that x equals 20. 40 divided by 2 is 20. So x equals 20. And then to get the side that's opposite to 60 degrees, because that's 60 degrees, the side that's opposite 60 degrees is 20 times the square root of 3, because again, the side that's opposite 60 degrees is A times the square root of 3, so 20 times the square root of 3 is y. So y equals 20 times the square root of 3. So for a 45, 45, 90 triangle, this side is A. Both of the legs are A, and the hypotenuse is A times the square root of 2. So here we have this leg being 10, so the other leg is X is also 10. And then the hypotenuse is going to be 10 times the square root of 2. Because that's A. 10 times the square root of 2. Okay, is y. Okay, so 30, 60, 90 triangle, the hypotenuse is 2 times A. And so if the hypotenuse is 2 times A, this will be A, because that's the side that's opposite the 30 degrees. And so to go from the hypotenuse to the side opposite the 30 degrees, I have to divide by 2. So I have to take 6 the square root of 3 and divide it by 2. And then I get A equals 3 the square root of 3. And then I know that in order to get the side opposite the 60-degree angle, it's A times the square root of 3. So if A is 3 times the square root of 3, I have to do 3 times the square root of 3 times the square root of 3. And then I know that the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is 3. So 3 times 3 equals 9. Because I multiplied these two together to get 3. And then 3 times 3 is 9. This is a 45, 45 triangle here.
Is this taking 4?
1, I think.
This is a 35, 45, 45, 90 triangle. So I know that the hypotenuse is times the square root of 3. So then, the hypotenuse of a 45, 45 degree triangle is A times the square root of 2. So now I know the hypotenuse. In order to figure out the actual legs, I have to divide both sides by the square root of 2. But divide the hypotenuse by the square root of 2. So I know that 3 square root of 2 divided by the square root of 2 is just going to give me 3. So the legs are 3. And now I just have to find x. So if I know the side opposite the 30-degree angle is A, then I know the hypotenuse is is 2 times a, but this is the hypotenuse. So 2 times a is 2 times 3, which is 6. And then to get the adjacent side, I know it's times a times the square root of 3. So if a is 3, it would be 3 square root of 3. So x is 3 square root of 3.